Yes, people. We are live, blood. We are back again. Yes, people. We are back, our blood clot again. Hey, Zah, blood. 1-2, fam. You ain't done this for a minute. I lie, blood. You forgot to mute the blood clot thing. You understand? It's been a minute. I lie, blood.
It has, my bad.
Let me do the muted it. Even fucking, get me? I thought a zebra was gonna make an appearance on show. I never knew that my voice would appear in the background. You get me? But you lot know the vibes, blood. You understand? We're back again, another stream, blood. You get me? I know you lot been waiting for this one. You understand? So it's only right. We had to run it up, blood. You get me? You don't know the vibes, blood. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the blood clot thing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to these fellow gooners as well, blood. You understand? And follow Bhavs Zah on TikTok, blood. You understand? He's still on his TikTok thing. You understand? Nothing has changed over there, blood. The location has changed, but nothing else has changed, blood. You get me? So big up the chat as always, blood. You understand? Big up the mods, them. I see you. You see me? No spamming. Just get liking, blood. You understand? Like I say every time, blood. The way you'll slap your girl in doggy, slap the like button the same way, blood. You understand? Slap that blood clot button. You see me? But I gotta do some housekeeping firstly, blood. You get me? I gotta do some welcome backs. You get me? And let me firstly, one place to start, blood. You understand? The man, the myth, the legend, my co-host, my ex co-host. As you get me, like my favorite one, blood. I can't lie. You understand? Pause. You get me? Like me and Robbie. You get me? Robbie, my guy, bro. You get me? But I can't lie, blood. Like the chemistry between me and Zah was different, bro. You get me? He made my time in America very enjoyable. You get me? I do miss him dearly. You understand? But he's still my brother. You get me? We still chat to each other and all of that, blood. It's good to see him back in his homeland as well, blood. You get me? That's why I'm saying you might see a zebra make a cameo, blood. But Zaza, the people have been asking for you. You get me? Welcome back again to the channel, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man. Good to be back, man. It feels good to be back, and also in the presence of the two other gentlemen there, the Gaffer and Bhavs, man. It's awesome to be here. And shout out to the chat, everybody showing love and all. Yeah, now we're back, man. It feels great.
Blood, you know what? Yeah, it's like the chat is just saying, "Yo, Zah's just cheesing." Like, man can't stop smiling. Like, you didn't even smile like this before, blood. Like, you understand? Like, we were just. It was torment, blood. You get me? Like the last season was kind of joyous. You get me? Like, but it kind of ended sourly. You understand? But it's good to see you smiling. It's good to see you happy. You're looking healthy. You understand? People then want to know as well, blood. Like, you get me? Chicago living. How is Chicago going, blood?
Chicago's good, man. A little colder than New York, but I love it way more than I like New York. So things are going great in Chicago. You know, still doing the thing at Barstool. People asking if I'm still with Barstool, but yes, I'm still with Barstool. And yeah, no, man, just trying to enjoy life, living it day by day. And this team, man, roller coaster ride with this team makes me happy, then makes me sad at the end. But you know, that's life.
How's Zim as well, bro? How's the family, man? You get me?
Zim's great. It's good to be back. It's been like a year and a half. My family's very happy. Actually, you might hear my dad. He's like right there watching Roland Garros, and he's louder than I am. So pardon me if you hear any noises or see any people closing the curtains back there. But bro, being home is awesome, man, as always.
Gaffer,
how we doing, man? How we doing?
You're back again, blood. You understand? The man, another legend. You get me?
Been a while, but like, yeah, looking forward to it. Like, you know, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. How you been?
I've been really good. Yeah, life's good. You know, a little bit disappointing, as you said at the end with the Arsenal, but listen, I've enjoyed every minute of it this season. We've been brilliant for most of it. Just couldn't get over the line at the end, but you know, to push a team like that and a club like that right to the end. We'll be back again next year to sort them out. Like I'm sure.
Nah, I echo those words, blood. You understand? And obviously, the man that rattles Twitter. You get me?
Doing God's work.
Blood, I swear down, bro. Like he just goes into his Twitter account and that's it, blood. You get me? It's a rap, blood. You understand? Man like Bhavs, my little bro's back again. What you telling me, bro?
Yes, bro. All blessed, man. Appreciate the invite as always. Good to see you, man. It's nice to see that as well. And yeah, as I say on Twitter, try to defend the club. I'll be honest, man. A lot of man trying to rattle Arsenal fans, so I got to rattle them back. I got to remind them, you're 8th, you're 6th, you're down there. But yeah, man, that's how it is, isn't it?
Before we get into obviously keep, sell, or loan, I want to ask you lot one question. Who had a better season, Arsenal or Man United?
Arsenal. Easy, Arsenal. Easy. How's that a question?
Why?
Look, who was the better team? Who was the better team over the course of the season? Arsenal. So Arsenal had the better season. We won more points and all that type of stuff. They won a trophy, fair enough to them, but they know that it's glossing over something. And like, if they had a better season, then why do they want to set their manager? That's what I'm confused about. Because we don't want to set Mikel Arteta, do we? We want to keep Mikel Arteta. And also, I guess a lot of United fans they should realise that we had that same season in 1920. So we've been there. You're where we were 4 years ago. So we know how it feels. And you were third at that time. We're at least fighting for a title. Then we're even in a title race. So if you ask a United fan next year what's their goal, and they want to talk about standards now, and it's not to fight for the title, then what standards are you on about? Because next year you're trying to fight for top 4, we're going for a title. So when it comes to the big boy conversations, they're not going to be there. So Arsenal easily better season.
So what you'd say? Ours was better, but theirs was more successful.
Yeah, they had success. In the cup competition, but that's not our goal though. Our goal wasn't to win the FA Cup. Our goal was to fight for the title. We went for the big ones and we missed out slightly.
Gaffer?
Now, listen, it's always nice to win a trophy. I have to say that, and they deserved it on the day. But if you look at it in context, and I think that's what everybody's got. You've got to look at it in context. Like 14 defeats, I think they had. Bottom of the Champions League group. Their cup run, they beat Newport and Coventry in that. You need to have a little bit of luck in the FA Cup. And listen, when as Bhavs quite rightly said, when we won the FA Cup against Chelsea both times, I remember we come 5th when Aaron Ramsey scored the winner. It was a little bit of disappointment that we hadn't got to the Champions League and we ain't challenged. We was like all wanting a challenge. And with the FA Cup, it's 6 games in from January to May. The season is from August to May, and we've been in a title race. Didn't quite get it. A little decision here or there may have happened, but for me, I wouldn't swap our season over for nothing. I wouldn't. I wouldn't swap our season with theirs. But I do believe that Arsenal have got to start winning some trophies, got to start getting challenging for some domestic honours as well. But we've gone toe to toe with Man City trying to get that big one over the line. Unfortunately, it ain't happened. And but as bad as it has been for Man City, it papers over a load of cracks. It did with us as well. Don't kid yourself that it didn't, because it did. When we won the FA Cup, we're going to go on now and be this and be that, and we wasn't. So, listen, we was a million miles from challenging for the title then. Yeah, I get it. They've won a trophy and all that, but as Bav says, it's a great point. If they're happy with that, we'll get old Tinny Arg to sign a new contract. Then I bet like Man United fans won't want that.
Zaza.
Yeah, no, I echo similar sentiments. I mean, people are going to gaslight you. That's the sword that you carry as an Arsenal fan. I mean, people are going to gaslight you into thinking that it was terrible and all that. And anything that we do is blown out of proportions, whether it's good or bad and all that. It's just the sword we carry. But our journey, I think, was more exciting. Yeah, as time goes on, of course, trophies are what people remember. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get one, but looking at the season right now, looking back, I mean, there's no complaint. We were competing in the Champions League. We're competing for the title up until the last day. So I'd rather, if you were to choose, if you were to ask me whose season do I want, definitely ours.
I'd say ours was better, but theirs is more successful. Theirs will be more.
It's bragging rights, isn't it?
Yeah, theirs will be more remembered. Like we won't really remember
the trophy.
This in years to come. I remember like obviously I don't like I only remember it because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I don't look back on like when we finished second 3 times in a row to United in the 90s, blood, and to the early 2000s. I remember 97, 98. I remember 01, 02. I remember 04. I remember 05. I remember 03 FA Cup. I remember 2014. I don't remember, like, you get me? But I think we did have obviously we did have a better season because we finished higher in the league. We got further in the Champions League. They got further in the domestic cups. But if I think ours was better, but theirs was more successful, which I think that's where it kind of them winning the FA Cup. For me, I think them winning the FA Cup kind of put a little stain on our season.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think it put a stain. Because it's like we done so well, but then you look how shit they are, and then they got 2 trophies in the last 2 years. Like last year, fuck it, cool, Carabao. But this year, all 3 of you know how I feel about the FA Cup. You understand? I fuck with the FA Cup. So for them to bring that one, beat City as well, deservedly beat them, it's kind of a little blemish, as The Rock would say.
Yeah. I get it. Just gives their fans bragging rights. That's all it is. They can come out and have the argument, but any logical person goes no, because Arsenal are the better club right now. We're the better team right now as well, and we're set up better for the future. So I think you just gotta not really worry about them as much. They're not even our rivals on the field right now. We beat them twice this season. We finished higher than points wise. We went further in the Champions League. There's more things to say there as well. But if they want bragging rights because they finished 8th and won the FA Cup, then give it to them. I don't care, because ultimately, come start next season, they're not going to be in the big boy conversations anymore. They're going to be again, we've got a new process. We might have Ten Hag, or we might have a new manager. So everyone knows that we're a better team right now. We're set up better going forward. So why does it matter if they had a better season? Well done. You won an FA Cup. We done it. We won it the most times ever. It doesn't mean anything to us right now, does it?
I hear you. You know, as time goes on.
What was the first word I learned in French, blood? Come see, come ça.
Come see, come ça.
That thing, bro. Yeah, I swear, because I hear both in it. You understand? Yeah. With me, I'm straight in it. You man know me, but I don't go both. Like I'm Troopz in it. You understand? People can be going over the top either way. I will still, you understand? Maybe that's because the dank and them thing there keeps me level headed. You see me? But for me, it's you get me. I think we had a better season, but what will be talked about more this season, obviously, Man United stopping City from doing the double. That as well, they stopped City from doing the double.
Yeah, it's massive.
You get me? But you understand? We are, what I will say is our trajectory is way better than theirs. We're going up, them and I go down. You understand? No Diddy. You see me? So long may that continue. Yeah, real talk, lad. I mean, no Diddy around your son. You understand? But all right, now that I've got that out the way, I just wanted to get you lots of opinions, man, because I'm just surrounded by a whole heap of flipping rival fans, blood. So it's good to have my goons them in the cup, lad. You understand? All right, keep, sell, or loan. We're gonna obviously start from the goalkeepers. I want to start with Gaffer when it comes to the goalkeepers, because I know that Gaffer has a little issue with the goalkeeper situation. You understand? So I think that's the only place to start, blood. You get me? David Raya, Gaffer. Would you?
The grid. I love the grid.
That's poor.
I know, yeah.
You can't.
Everyone's got, I swear down, everyone on this panel should have one player that they're like, nah, fuck this shit. No. I know, I've got a couple, I can't lie. God knows which mine are.
I know exactly who's coming.
God knows, blood. Yeah. But Gaffer, I know Gaffer, he's got a problem with David Raya, blood.
Oh, listen, I'm not convinced that he's the main man. I must admit, but listen, he done well towards the back end of the season. I have to say that, and we look a lot comfortabler in possession when he's about. Shot stopping is still a major issue with him. Really, I don't see him making the saves. Even against Everton, the one that he went at the post, he's beaten. But I think shot stopping Ramsdale's better, but the way Arteta wants to play, and that's what it comes down to. The way Arteta wants to play and everything, Raya suits that system better. So it pains me to say it, keep him.
No, you can't say that. You can't say paid me to say. He just won the Golden Glove, bro.
Yeah, but
Like,
Babs,
Give
you
him
won
a
the
bit
Golden
more.
Glove.
Give him a bit more respect.
You won the Golden Glove because of
Of
Benny
course, I hear that
Blanco.
defensive, but
You get me?
like, okay, look, Judge has just said that, you know, he's important to how Arteta wants to play. And he's correct. Like last year, Zinchenko was a key part of our team, but a massive reason to why he's not a part of the team now is because Raya is more comfortable at playing at that side of the pitch. Like he can come out of the box, he can play on the side. If you watch him in the build-up phase, he's not even playing in goal. He's moving to that
Yeah, he's
left
not
centre
in
back
goal,
at
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
So when you got that ability there, yeah, even Ramsdale said it. I think he says he had to talk to Arteta saying, I can't play your style. I can't play as high as you want me to be. So that's why Mikel was like, "Oh, listen, if you can't play my style, then I'm gonna have to find someone that can do." So like, I hear it, you know, saves wise, but actually, look, if you look at Raya's numbers last year when he was a part of a team that made more saves, you know, Brentford faced more shots. His numbers were just as good as Ramsdale's, save percentage, all that type of stuff there, and I think he had like 10 clean sheets as well. So I think at Arsenal, only because he faces less shots, and you have to be more concentrated for that type of stuff. Like, yeah, he's not he's not Courtois, I'll tell you that for a fact. But no, I think he deserves a little bit more credit of how he lets us play out of the back for sure.
Zaza.
Yeah, I'm a Raya guy. I mean, his aerial command, it gives me heartaches, but he sometimes he manages to mop up everything that comes in the air. The shot stopping, as the gaffer said, a little bit shady. The Ramsdale I thought was stronger in that sense, but when the ball's on the ground, when we're in possession, he is magnificent. Slows down the play, his distribution. I forgot what game it was where he pinged that one ball in and someone squared it to Trossard to score. He is his long passing, his passing is great and all, and his aerial command. Shot stopping is my only issue with him, but yeah, no, he did well. He did well for the 14 clean sheets, 15 clean sheets.
Yeah.
I'd keep him. He riled me at the start, blood. I'm not gonna lie. There was moments when I was like, nah, bring Ramsdale back, bro. Like Ramsdale never got a chance. One error, like there was errors he kind of made. I said, nah, bro. But then like I started looking at it and I was like, maybe it's because it's a big club. It's the first time where all eyes are on you. You're coming from Brentford, whatnot, new defense. But then as the season's gone on, he's got better. He has got better. I always said that he's better than Ramsdale, but I just think there was no confidence. He was erratic. His kicking was poor at points, blood. You understand? And that's probably one of his best attributes. He's got better claiming crosses. He's got a lot better because there was points when he was just flapping, blood. And now he comes out and he claims it and he can kill attacks, bro. You understand? And he is a main part of what we do in the build-up play. And if he's keeping Zinchenko out of the team, he can stay in the team, blood. You get me? So you understand? For that reason, yeah, I agree with the man then. David Raya, I keep at Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale. Now for me, I reluctantly would sell.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to be a number two. I don't think that he is a number two. I think he is capable of being a number one. I think for his England career, he needs to be playing football week in, week out, or he can't put pressure on Pickford. And I think that we can get a decent amount for Ramsdale. You get me? I think he's a sellable asset. You get me? And I don't want to sell him, but because Arteta is with this David Raya situation, you have to unfortunately sell Ramsdale.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's
I don't know if you saw the
unfair.
report as well. There was a report from I don't know who it's from. They said that
Newcastle.
No, there was Newcastle's want him as well, but like one of Arteta's coaches wanted to keep Ramsdale on the team. Steve Ryan, I think his name was.
Oh yeah,
and
he was like,
yeah.
And
Arteta was like,
right?
nah. And actually, I think the guy that sold Raya to Arteta was Nketiah, the goalkeeping coach, because he used to work at Brentford with Raya. So I think he scouted him at Brentford as well. So obviously he's a massive fan, and he's Mikel's one of his coaching staff. He's like, look, this Raya's the guy you need to bring in, and then Mikel had to fight for it. So the best time to sell him. He's got a couple of years left on his contract as well. Just signed one at the start of last season, end of last season. So I guess cash in now, and it is what it is. I want to see where he goes though. Does he go Newcastle? Does he go Chelsea? I've heard that as well. But look, it is what it is. I don't think he suited what we wanted right now, and we move on.
I'm actually shocked he made the England setup. Because I mean, he didn't play the whole season, but that's how Southgate rolls. He kept Calvin Phillips around
It's probably because
for a while
Pope
when he
and
wasn't playing.
injured, isn't it?
Experience as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
he's got
Yeah.
luck of injuries, didn't he? Like, you know, so I'm with you guys. You know what I mean? I love Aaron. I love him. I thought he had a wonderful season last year. I know that he made a few mistakes, but don't all goalkeepers. And I think that Ray has made just as many mistakes, but didn't cost us as much. But I'm with you now. Like, you know, it's best all round, best for Aaron, best for the club that we part ways. And you know what? I don't care where he goes. He can go to Chelsea, he can go to Man United, he can go to Newcastle. I wish him all the best.
That's fair.
It's gonna be sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sad, blood. You get me? Defenders. There's not even. All right. So Saliba, White, Gabriel, Timber, they stay. Yeah. I know that everyone agrees on that.
Yep.
Cedric's going anyway. Tomiyasu. Yeah. So all right. Kiwior.
I'll sell Tommy. I know he just signed a contract, right?
He signed a contract. Bayern wants
But
him as well,
he can't stay. He can't stay fit. He cannot stay fit,
can't.
man. We need guys that are available. That's the thing. Availability is the best ability, and I like Tommy. I like Tommy, but just because of that, the fact that he can't stay fit, let's move on and find someone that can actually, you know, is there.
It's annoying because Tommy's a player that you can play in so many positions. You want to keep him, but he don't stay fit. As Zah said, he's not a player that I want to sell. But if a right offer comes in, I'm not against it. He's not like he's like Saliba and Ben White's category. He should be in that because of how versatile he is. Left back, right back, centre back, you do all of that. But when it comes to crunch end of the season, and if it's, let's just say Saliba got injured this year and Tommy was injured as well, we would have been in trouble again. Look at last year, the game against Sporting, when Saliba gets injured and Tommy gets injured like 10 minutes later. I think that's a player that the quality is there, the availability isn't. So I'm not going to actively want to sell him, but I'll see what offers arrive. Because look, Bayern wanted him. So if a right offer comes in, you know, we can go and use that money to find someone who's just as versatile but more available.
I keep Tommy. I keep him. Reason being, Timber's just come back from injury. There's another person that in the back line I believe should leave in that area. So for that reason, I just want to see how Timber comes back into the side. I want to see if he can stay fit for a period of time, because it was a bad injury, bro. You get me? It was a very bad injury. He looked very good when he made his little cameo appearance last game of the season, but I'd keep Tommy, blood. I'd keep Tommy. I'm not gonna lie, Tommy. I'd keep him for at least another year. The only way I get rid of him is if we actually. I know there's rumors of us like looking at a left back, but I ain't really seen no left back that they're looking at, blood. You understand? So unless somebody was to come through the door in that area, I wouldn't get rid of him, blood, because he can cover Ben White as well, blood. You understand?
Yeah, he's got all covered. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. He's got so much. That's why I don't want to sell him, but you never know, man. Because I think there's players in the market you go and sign that are gonna stay fit, and that's what it matters. Because you can be as versatile as you want, but if you can't stay fit, then how can I rely upon you? You know, that's why Mikel went from Partey to Rice, because Rice stays fit, and that's the thing. If the quality is there, I don't deny that at all, but I just don't trust it. And next year, I don't want no excuses either for if we're fighting for a title and we get some injuries, we don't have a backup there either.
Gaffer?
Yeah, I'm keeping Tommy. Can play all areas. He's not going to play week in, week out. So
and he's happy not to play week in, week out as well. You know.
Yeah. And he can play. He can play
just sitting there and just holding bench, blood. Like when you need me, I'm here, bro.
In the squad.
And wherever he plays well. Against Everton last game, didn't miss Gabriel when he went, like, you know. So I think he's a very, very good defender. And he's covered left back really well. Towards the end of the season, played quite a few games. I do understand the fitness issue, but I think he's done enough to stay, definitely, in my opinion.
Kiwior. Now, for me, it would have been a sell, but he's really improved, blood, and he had like to the point where I started tweeting about him, blood, where I'm like, yo, this youth actually, he's handling this left back spot, blood. You understand? Because when Arteta doesn't make him invert and do all this stupidness that he's not able to do, just make him play to the best of his ability. He's a very good defender, bro. very good defender. He can play centre back as well. You need that cover there as well because who we really got at centre back, blood? Gabriel and Saliba. Because if they get injured, it's going left, bro. You understand? You get me? I don't really feel comfortable with Benny Blanco at centre back. I feel more comfortable with him at right back. Right back, he's one of the best in the league. Centre back, I'm like, oh Lord of mercy, here we go again. You know what I mean? I think I keep Kyrgios still.
No, I'd keep him as well. Yeah, I think like out of the squad players defensively, he's been the most reliable last year because Tommy was injured. You know, and he came in and look, we were giving teams 5 and 6 every game with him a left back. So you're right, and I don't think left back's his best position either. We know it's centre back, and we don't see him play there enough. But like we saw Gabriel go off final game of the season, and I know Tommy moved in there for the game itself. But next year, if Gabby gets injured or needs a rest, you could play Kivio left centre back as well. I think yeah, it's a no-brainer to keep him.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it definitely needs one more year to prove himself. Very, very difficult when you've got a beast in front of you like Gabriel that's going to play most games anyway. So you're actually looking for a backup or someone to improve on Gabriel. There's not much out there that's going to improve on Gabriel, so you've got to look for a backup. I think he's adequate in that.
Yeah, no, Arteta kind of gaslit me into hating him when he was forcing him to invert. But once he plays, he's a traditional defender. Once he plays like a traditional defender, he's all right. And the fact that he's not going to moan and all that when he's sitting on the bench, those are guys you need in the squad. So I was on the fence with him. I'm on the fence with him. I wouldn't really be butthurt if he was sold, but I guess keep.
Alexander Zinchenko. I'll let you lot go first, blood. He is all I'll say is this: he divides the fan base like Arsene Wenger. He has nothing on Wenger, but the way that Wenger had the thing split, that is this brother, blood. Mandem, what would you do with this? I don't even know what to call him, but I don't want to get demonetized.
I think he's gone. I'll be honest. I think he's gone because look, I know he came on in the final game of the year, but the final few games he was fit, and Mikel barely played him. So there's a reason why he wants to build a team that's got no like weaknesses. No one you can go like, I'm going to target him, and he was a weakness defensively. Like he's great going forwards, but now we've got Odegaard dropping deeper. You got Raya can play out of the back as well, and Gabriel's more comfortable. We're not reliant on one man to progress the ball as much. Certain games he's useful, but he's not going to stay for certain games. We don't need him for certain games. Plus, with Timber coming in, I think we've already replaced him anyways. And I think only because Timber got injured, we kept Zinchenko in the team, and he kept starting when he had to. But Timber's there, he can play the on ball. You can see he's confident playing in the pockets going forwards, but defensively he's better. And I think when you've got, I don't think Mikel wanted him initially. We know that, he wanted Lissandro first. That was his first target. He only went for Zinchenko because he couldn't get his main target. And that's why I'm not surprised that after 1 year, he's not even in the team anymore. So yeah, I'd sell.
No, I'm going to keep him. I still think he has a lot to offer, particularly in games when it's tight, when we need to break down certain teams. I get it when he's when we're playing the big boys, particularly away from home, and even at home, if I'll be honest. But when we're playing against low block teams, I think he still be very, very pivotal to what we do. So I will keep him. Also, Troopz made a good point. We don't know what Timber's going to come back like yet, so I definitely keep that sort of card close to my chest as well. And I do think that there is a weakness to his defending, but that's because of the way he plays. But I do think that the pluses outweigh the minuses.
Eileen sell on him. He's brilliant passing in between the lines. Once he slots into that, once he inverts and he's in that midfield area, his passing forward between the lines, absolutely brilliant. Where he costs us is him having to move from that midfield area back into the defense. That transition period, not a good enough athlete and a terrible defender. Each and every time he's in transition, he trips over his own feet running back when someone's running at him and all that. So it's very good on the ball, but we're at a stage where, I mean, it literally, this last season came down to like a game or two. It came down to the Fulham games kind of thing. So, and those are the spots that Zinchenko will cost you. And for that, I lean sell with him. Don't get cancelled now, Troops.
I have to take a deep breath. I'd drop him off at the border, blood. I'd drop him off at the border, blood. You understand? It's simple as that. This man cost me the league title this year. Cost me the league title last year. I look at the Aston Villa game at Villa Park, him. I look at, bro, he plays every time. Fulham, him. It's always him, bro. It's always him. He like, I don't want to, no, sell. Sell ASAP. He should be one of the first out the door, blood. Yeah, they should be. You know when they call clubs and say, "Yo, this player is available." They should be calling clubs and saying, "Yo, brother, this player is available for sale, bro." Yeah, big man thing. Man should be the man is a. He cannot even defend his country, blood, let alone defend Arsenal football.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you understand? They're gonna call Klitschko and their man. Not Klitschko. Usev and their man will be on the front line, blood. You understand? This guy will be crying on the front line, blood. Please stop the war. Blood, he ain't gonna go outside, bro. Nah, bro. You can't be going out. No, bro. Leave, blood. Leave, bro. Leave, blood. Nah. No chance in hell.
Time to go.
It is as the legend.
R.I.P.
God rest his soul. It's time to go, blood. Yeah, we should have sold him from last season, bro. From last season, we should have left him in Liverpool, blood. Yeah, from he committed that treason at Anfield, we should have left him there, blood. Yeah, we should have left him crying on the bench there, blood. We should have left him there, bro. Yeah, he can't bring a damn thing to this team, blood. Yeah, not a damn thing, bro. Zinchenko,
I hear that.
Sell his Clark, blood. Big man thing. And it's
Do you know what I say as well, right?
It's not even about what he does on Twitter, bro. I'm talking about the pitch, blood. You understand? It's his footballing IQ is beyond shit. You understand? Because it's not even like you're 21, 22. You're fully 26? Fledged, experienced captain of your country, bro. And you can't read the game. You can't see a man is running this way. So you okay? Yeah. That's what he does. This is what he does when he's getting attacked down the line, bro. This is what he does, bro.
Backs off.
Backs off, blood. He's backs off, bro. You understand? It's like he's getting backed up by a gal in carnival, bro. He's just there, sell his Clark, blood. Sell his Clark, bro. I'm sorry. Real talk. Big up, holler up in the chat. He is an agent, blood. He is an agent, bro. Pep sent him, and he did his job. They got their 4 in a row. He did his job, blood. You understand? But
yeah. Do you know? Think if we sell him as well and get like a different type of left back, because we got Timber who can play inverted, but I want like someone who can go in the overlap. You know, we've got players that played that.
We have one.
But he's another one that don't stay fit. Not free him from what? From the hospital.
Free my guy. Yeah.
Nah, man. That's what I want. Someone like that, but he don't stay fit either. I don't want players.
Tommy after being injured, but we want to keep Tommy, but then we don't want to keep Tierney. Why is it?
But I even asked for Tommy as well. To be fair,
I said sell Tommy.
Yeah,
but me and Gaffer said keep Tommy.
Yeah, but like I'd say okay. So for Zinchenko, so I think we agree. I know Lee said keep. I hear that. So it's thing there. But I want someone who can overlap, and Tierney could do it, but he don't stay fit. So
yeah, I want someone like Tierney don't stay fit. You can't have Tierney no more. He didn't even play that much.
He wasn't even fit for Sociedad. Yeah, he wasn't even
fit out in Spain, bro. So that's another one. He's got to go.
That's physical.
Got to be ruthless, man. Any players that don't stay fit, like, you just got to get out, man. I can't be asked for it anymore.
You've got to be ruthless now. This is the time when you have to be ruthless as well.
Midfield. Thomas Partey.
It's gone, isn't it? I think he's gone.
But
apparently he wants to stay.
Of course he wants to stay. He's getting $250 a week. Of course. Shall we? I'm staying for that as well.
I'd keep. I'm not gonna lie. I'd keep. And you know what I'd do? I'd wrap him in cotton wool. Bro. Like the way that Fergie talks about Van Persie when they signed Van Persie, they never let him train certain times. They'd only let him. They wouldn't let the players like go tackle him. Like Vidic wouldn't be allowed to tackle him. Ferdinand wouldn't be allowed. Like I think we should do that with Partey, bro. Because when he's there, you see the difference, bro. If we had Partey fit for 30 games of the season, we win the league. It's simple as. We win the league, bro. And these kind of players, you can wrap them up in cotton wool and have them for like, you understand? You get your fixtures at the start of the season, so you know when you're gonna, okay, cool, crunch time, we need Partey. So you understand? You get me? For me, you have to keep Partey. It's a no-brainer for me.
He normally gives you 20 games a season.
Yeah. If you bring in like a Bruno Gomares, you bring in a man that's gonna go straight into the midfield. I don't want no man that's gonna fucking like Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard cannot be the midfield next year. That can't be the first midfield, bro. Jorginho should be on the bench to do his job and cover. Somebody has to come in alongside Rice and Odegaard, blood.
And keep Partey though, Troopz.
Pardon?
Keep Partey, because if you're going to be going for cup competitions and going deep in it, say for instance you sign Bruno, right? Yeah, you got FA Cup game coming up. You play Partey, or and he comes in the squad, and you manage his minutes. Like, I think that what you're going to get for him, 20 minutes. He's got 1 year left of his contract. I think that I'd keep him definitely as a squad player. I wouldn't say I'd say him starting, because if we bring in another midfield player, but I don't want to do what we done with Granit Xhaka last season. I think Xhaka could have had another season for us. I know he done fantastic with Germany, but what I want is Thomas Partey being around. So if one of those players is out, Rice or whoever the other signing is, he comes in and does the job, and there's not a drop off. I know it sounds silly, but there's no drop off if Partey comes in for say if it is Bruno and Rice. If one of them's not playing, in comes Partey, the drop-off is minimal, if not at all. And that is what we've got. That is the standard we've got to get to.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust him anymore. Like, every year, I know this year's a lot worse than normal. Like, he's never this injured over the course of the season. But even when he was in the team, he's amazing on the ball. But he's the one player in the midfield that can make a mistake, get caught on the ball. And we saw even this towards the end of the season. He was making a few mistakes as well. Like, even who was it against? Was it Spurs where he got caught on the ball a few times? So even United. Sorry, United was the game he got caught on the ball.
Is that to do with not being fit and up to speed?
Yeah, no, I think he was getting into it as well. But there's a reason why Mikel went for Rice in the summer, because he makes less mistakes. He's not as progressive as Partey. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, because Partey's the only one.
Yeah,
he's the one. We don't see Saka getting one-on-one, because none of them have the IQ to boom, get Saka feeding. As soon as he came on against Bayern Munich, that whole penalty incident was Partey. He's the one that got it back. I know Bakao was going to be there. Boom, and he's got the ability to break the line. You understand? Whereas Rice
he's the progressive player.
Is more passive with it. He's like, keep possession.
Yeah, he's not his thing.
Partey's like, nah, turn and drive with it, bro. I'm aggressive with it. He's my kind of midfielder. I can't lie.
Just naturally like that. But
Partey is my midfielder, blood. Like, you understand?
But that's why if we sign a Bruno, though, Bruno could do that as well, though. Guy Morris is like that. He can progress the ball. So, and I'm saying Timber as well, man.
Yeah.
Timber next to if he inverts next to Rice, Timber's another player who can zing it forwards as well. So I think I wouldn't be surprised. There's a reason why I also want to sell him. They could see, like, look, he's not reliable fitness-wise. They don't doubt his quality as a player, but he's getting to the age now, get some money in. And look, there's players in the market that can play a progressive. There's a profile you can sign like that as well. They don't have to be a Rice-type player. But I just don't. I think he's susceptible. I think he'll make mistakes as well. Even if he starts and when he plays, he makes mistakes. We saw it even the year before. Remember the game against West Ham? We were 2-0 up and he lost the ball and gave away a penalty from that. Was it when Rice picked the ball off him? Like, I think he makes a few mistakes that people forget about. And I think he's a very good player. I think, that's why people love him so much. But I don't want no excuses next year. I don't want to have to sit and go, oh, man, if we had replaced him, he would have made a mistake. Like Zinchenko, he's not as bad as Zinchenko by any means, but he makes a few mistakes, and I don't trust him like that anymore.
Yeah, no, Partey playing makes people like Zinchenko, the guys that invert, kind of redundant. His passing between the lines is incredible. 2 years ago, I mean, people forget those first 30 games into the season. We were talking the best midfielder on the world. The guy on the turn, he is brilliant on the turn. His passing between the lines. Yeah, he'll make a mistake because he plays a risky game, that game on the turn kind of thing when he turns the ball and all that, but. His fitness record. If he accepts being a squad player, I'll keep him because I have a soft spot for him. But if not, he's got to go.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
He'll accept that. He'll accept as a squad player. He's earning enough money to sit on the bench. I don't think he's going to have.
He's like 30. Yeah, he's getting older. I'm worried too. He's getting older.
So, but yeah, look, if we let Partey go, we can't just sign one midfield. I want two.
It has to.
So that's what I'll say.
And elevate too. It's got to be like a Bruno, an actual
Bruno
guy
that
comes in for that six.
I'm all over.
Yeah, or Onana as well. Onana alongside.
Yeah, I've
I take
always
him as
rated
well.
Onana. I remember I tweeted it time ago. Me and Zah used to argue. You'd be like, "No, man, we need
He's
better
the
than that."
one.
But
Yeah,
Onana was
he's
a
the.
starting
Oh,
man,
no,
bro.
I'm not convinced. I'm not
Nah, I'll
sold.
take Onana as well. I also think we're part in the team. We're definitely better going forwards, but defensively we're more open. Like the final few games, we were definitely more open defensively. Like we weren't as strong. So I don't know, man. I reckon if we let Partey go, there's a player in Monaco as well for Fana, who's like 20 million euros.
Oh, the French
Who's
dude.
similar in terms of he's a progressive player as well. So there's players on the market for sure. And if you can have a squad player, there's better players that are better for the future as well.
Fabio Vieira.
Alone for me.
Babs, me and you argue about this shoot. Babs, you know me already, blood. Said it's Clark.
Yeah.
When I
Wait,
saw them
Bob-
reports, yeah.
Bobs, you like
You want
him?
to sell
I
teabag,
could have
bro?
gone shop and bought champagne, blood. Yeah, man like teabag, blood. Little more. Yeah. Yeah. Get me 35 million down the drain. Fabio Vieira does fuck all again. You get me? Don't
Yeah,
ever
well-
try cuss Havertz, blood. You understand? Cuss him, blood. That man is a joke. 35 million. Liverpool paid 35 million for Alexis McAllister. Let that sink in. Let that
He had a
sink in.
brilliant season.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
Vieira,
listen,
I would sell him.
What's his best
I think
position?
Vieira, his best positions were Odegaard players, I'll be honest, on the right. That's his suited angle. That's where I think he played for Porto. He played as a right winger at times as well. But look, I agree he's not done enough anyways, but he's not been given enough minutes either. Like, how can a man be able to break into a team when he doesn't get a chance? And that's why I'm looking at Mikel. I'm going, look, you signed him, that's your signing. You know, want that profile, but you don't play him. And at the end of the season as well, how many games did he play? He never came off the bench either. So I can't judge him as a player if he's not given minutes. When is he given at least a 5-game run into the team where he's starting week in, week out to gain? You know, you look at Havertz as well, where you give him time into the team and now he's a part of the first team squad. Vieira ain't given a chance. So I think Mikel needs to, if you got these squad players like Nelson, like Vieira, like Smith Rowe, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Because even in the games like the Carabao Cup, you don't play him as much. Or he'll wait. In the games we're winning like 2-3-0, he'll wait to like this 85th minute or 89th minute to bring him on. So I think Vieira's best position is Odegaard's right now. And I wouldn't mind moving Odegaard over as well, by the way. I think he could suit better on the left-hand side. But I agree. I think he's underused. And if an offer comes in, like a loan, give him some minutes elsewhere. I think the quality is there, by the way. If he goes on loan and starts week in, week out, you'll see the quality. We see it.
Yeah,
There was a
agree.
game this year against Fulham where he came on and he just changed it
Yeah, the
completely.
2-2 at home.
Nketiah
That
got
was
an
the
assist,
one game.
won the penalty. Yeah, he's got it. He's growing. Like you can see it from that period, but he got injured. You know, so momentum stopped. But look, I don't know, man. There's a player there for sure. I see, and I see it quality here and there. But I don't think he gets enough chances to really build
It's
momentum.
very hard to get in the chances, though, Babs, isn't it? Like when you're winning
Yeah, of
week
course.
in, week out. But that's why I think I'm with Babs. I do see a player in him. I really do. But he needs a nice little loan spell somewhere, like in the Premier League, by the way, as well. It's got to be in the Premier League to toughen him up a bit. But I do see a player. For me, loan him out and then see what he's like when he comes back.
Yeah, I'm sell. I'm not convinced. Yes, technically he's good, brilliant on, he had that one game against Fulham, but his physicality and it's just nah.
And it's like he's not
I'll
willing to-
tolerate, but sell him.
And he's not willing to like even go in the gym and try and make yourself a bit wham, bro. Like try, bro.
Yeah.
Like because in the Premier
Physically.
League, blood, you need
I
to have.
don't think they want him to though, bro. I can't lie. I don't think they
I
want
heard
him to.
that.
There was
I saw that. Yeah, I saw something that Arteta instructed him
look
to
at
stay
Bernardo
away.
Silva. Like Bernardo Silva is the similar size, similar height, and he can still glide through it. Like, you don't have to be bulky. Look at Messi.
Because
Messi
he's-
wasn't bulky
but
either.
he-
Trossard's not
Bernardo's
bulky
got like
neither.
a little-
His low center of gravity.
He's
in
strong.
He's got a little.
Look,
He's a little stocky. Like Vieira's like, bro. If
Yeah,
him and
he's
Trey
a
went
bit
into
more-
the 50-50, Trey's winning the 50-50, bro. Trey's swiping
Yeah.
him, bro. Big man thing. He's
Yeah.
See his
It's also
I hear it.
Bernardo
I hear it.
Silva's
But
got
look,
the fight.
I think
No, go ahead,
Vieira's
Pat.
got something in the team that we don't have enough, which is a final ball. Odegaard's got it, of course he does, but Odegaard's more build up, drop down deeper, more of an actual midfielder. Final ball, right? Vieira is probably one of the best in the team, and we've seen it in glimpses. But you can't expect it consistently if you don't play him. You don't play, like, and that's why I'm looking at Mikel. Like, you got to choose now. You want to keep him or sell him because you can't be in between anymore. You can't just have him on a squad there, might play him here, might play him there. Like, trust him and play him in the team. Because you look at Kivior as well. Any player gets a chance. The players are good enough. The talent's there. But if you don't have a chance to build momentum, I'm not trying to be, naive about it.
Emil Smith Rowe, because it's either Smith Rowe or Fabio. So for me,
Yeah, true.
it's Emil that stays because I think that Emil offers more, and Emil actually looked decent when he came off the bench against I think it was Bournemouth when he came off the bench. He looked really good, and Emil can play 8, 10, and on the wing, and he's a goal scoring threat. If you get him going, you understand. Emil's a confidence player as well. You got to put your arm around him. He's one of them man there. If you get that to him, for me, and he's not gonna kick up a fuss not starting week in week out. He's Arsenal through and through. You understand? And he can bring something off the bench, blood.
I'm in the Ramsdale camp with this one. Like, I really like Emil.
Charles the Cashin.
But yeah, and it's good for him to go as well. Like, you know, I think that he needs to play. I think injuries have been a big factor in this as well. Like, you know, I think last season he needed to have a real good season, but unfortunately was injured for most of it, you know, and difficult to come in and then start playing Champions League. I do really, really like him. But for me, I think if we get a big offer for him, I would sell. And I hate to say that because I'm a real big fan of his. It just hasn't quite gone on, really, if I'll be honest, down to injuries more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, you know, listen, if we've got to get money somewhere along the line with some players, I know, like, you got to can loan some and all that, like, but I just
wouldn't
think,
loan. You don't think a loan would do him good, like a loan in the Premier League?
It would do, Troopz, but somewhere along the line, you got to get money in from somewhere, and I think like you got some along
he's a sellable asset.
Yeah, I think he's more of a sellable asset.
We have.
Yeah,
You think we'll be able to get something for Emil with his
Massive.
You can get
I think 40 million.
Yeah, you can get 40 for a
You
mil.
can get a lot for him. Maybe not 40, I think 30 probably. But I think this is if you're gonna sell Vieira or Smith Rowe, the reason I'm selling Smith Rowe is because he's worth more. He's gonna have more interest,
that's it, babe. Yeah.
right? So he's gonna go for more. Selling Vieira, you could just lose money for no reason. If you give him time, he might become a player in the first team. Smith Rowe's got the ability. I actually say it's the opposite with Smith Rowe. Vieira's a bit too light. I think Smith Rowe's become a bit too bulky. If you look at Smith Rowe in 21, he was a bit more agile, glide with the ball. He turned. Now he's trying to obviously be stronger and stuff, and that's fair. But I think it's affected his game. I think he looks too bulky for like what he should be. He should be like our Foden, collects the ball and turns. But he's a bit different now. And look, I definitely see quality there as well. But I think he's more sellable, and you get more money for him, and you can improve on him as a player who's actually more reliable fitness wise, and then he's going to start more often and actually going to elevate the squad level rather than just keep the floor.
My heart says loan. My head says
because
so.
you got a soft spot for the young G's.
Yeah. My heart says loan because hang on for as long as possible, but my head says sell. I mean, he needs to play. He definitely needs to play next season. So whatever the arrangement is, whether he's being sold, I'd like for him to be loaned to see if we can, salvage something of a player out there. Because I mean, he's brilliant, technically brilliant. He reminds me of Jack Wilshere. The talent is there, but it's just the injuries that that slow him down.
Emil, man, it's tough, bro. Forward line, Gabriel Jesus. Now, last season, he even said, like, in his last post of the season that it wasn't good enough. Things never went right. I want to get a striker. I keep Jesus. Reason being, why I keep Jesus is the role that he's playing now, coming off the bench. I think that's perfect. I think he's good cover for Saka on the right. I think he does better on the right. I think he's better as a winger than as a 9.
That's
I think he can also cover the 9 as well. If let's say, inshallah, we got Isak, and then boom, let's say Isak's injured, Havertz is flipping injured, he can go in for a 1 game, blood. You understand? Yeah. And I think that he's good cover for Bakayo especially. You get me? There's other people that I want gone in the front line. You understand? Yeah, Zah, blood. Yeah, blood. We're gonna get to that one, blood.
You're gonna be surprised. You'll be surprised by my take.
But for me, you keep Jesus still. I'm not gonna lie. I keep him for that.
I hear it.
He
Yeah,
has to take a wage
I'm
cut
with
as
you,
well, though.
Troops.
I'm not saying he's
I'm
on
with you.
270 a week or something. Like he's got to take a wage cut. as well.
He's second highest done.
That's the problem. That's the issue. Is that he's on starter wages, so he has to start. But I like you said, Troops. I don't think he's not a striker. He's a winger. He has something we don't have. That whole when he's fit and people forget 2 years ago the way he takes on people, the low center of gravity, the way he dribbles, he's direct. He is unbelievable when he's taking on people, and not a striker. The problem is his wages. Because of that, I would wanna if miraculously if he takes a pay cut, I'll keep him as a squad player, but I'll sell him if not.
I think it's very key that he has a good pre-season. Didn't have much of a pre-season last year. Always going to be difficult coming back from that knee injury. But for me, I'm giving him one more year. I think that you even have to go back to the game against Fulham Forest at the beginning of our run. If it wasn't for him that day, we wouldn't have won that game. He played really, really well. I think that I don't think he's been 100% fit this season. And also, I think that not going to the Cup of America is a big, big boost for us. So for me, see what he does, give him a good pre-season, and listen, if he has to have another operation on the knee at any stage, then I think it's time to let him go. But if he can get through pre-season and there's no problem, then fantastic. But I see people saying in the chat that he might need another operation. That is then a big worry for me.
Yeah. He gets injured a lot. Like he's a bit like Tommy Yasu. He can play everywhere, but he gets injured a lot. And because he's not a first teamer anymore, right? He's not a guaranteed start, so I don't need him to stay fit for 38 games a season, right? I think you keep him for that. And the wages are massive. I think he'll stay one more year and leave next year, because he fills in every right wing, left wing. He'll keep the standard high enough on the sides. Champions League as well. Look, don't forget the game against Bayern, came off the bench, run through a couple players, cut it back to Trossard. That type of quality we don't have in the team. I will say though, if he stops us getting a wide forward, then I would sell. Because I think what happens is we sign a striker maybe, and we don't sign a wide forward because you've got Jesus. I'd rather have an actual wide forward who's probably more suited to that can help out Martinelli and Saka, than keep Jesus for 270 a week. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I want to keep him because I think the quality is there, but it's a hard one. I want to see if I can move him around maybe and try to replace him with an actual wide forward.
Who would you go for cover for Saka? Because there's talk of like Javi Simmons and that. I don't really rate him, blood. I can't lie.
Yes, it will be Simmons. It would be. I don't think we'll sign a backup for Saka. I think it'll be a left and right winger, so it won't just be a set player. Look, I got a dream. And I like to be delusional at times, but I got a dream. If Real Madrid have got Mbappe and they've got Vinicius, is a player that might become, might become available. He's not going to start as many games for sure.
Rodrigo?
I think that's my dream. Rodrigo's my dream signing. He will break into the first team. He would start left wing. He could play right wing as well. He's a world-class player. And we always see Real Madrid, when they sign a big player, they have someone leave potentially. So he's a player I'm keeping an eye on. Pedro Neto's another one, but he's another one who gets injured too often. I don't like that.
Yeah, Neto for me would be the one, but it's his injuries that
the one I'd say is Nico Williams in La Liga.
I'm not sure of the shooting, blood. When I watch him, he kind of flatters to deceive, fam.
I don't know, man. I see quality, and look, he's got a release clause.
That's one with blood.
Right, the chat saying Michael.
But Elise can only play one side though. That's why I want someone on the left as well. Yeah, he can play on the right.
But that's the side we need cover though, right?
Yeah, but we need cover. Think about that. Why would you leave Palace as a starter and come to Arsenal for a guy who barely gets injured? Never gets injured. Yeah, for money, but like, come on, man. He'll get money wherever he goes, and he'll start other clubs as well.
Doubling. True.
So wherever he goes now, he'll get money. If not, Palace will give him a new contract. He signed one last summer. Don't forget, he signed a new contract last summer. I'm sure he's on decent wages.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be difficult because Bhavs has just made a fantastic point. You're going to sign a big player, and what you're going to say to them? Well, where I'm going to play? We're going to be back up to Saka. Well, that ain't going to. I'll go somewhere else. So I think we're going to have to be very, very cagey with this one. I think we could go to someone big on the left-hand side, maybe move Martinelli over at times to give him games time and all that. Or if not, I'm looking at somebody like Hudson-Odoi or someone like that can come in and just be a squad player. And people might laugh at that, but it's upgrade on the likes of Nelson and people like that. Somebody like that would be the way that I would go, or someone really, really big like a Rashford or someone like that. But
You'd go for Rashford.
I'm not saying I would, but I wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't dismiss it. I wouldn't dismiss it.
I wouldn't mind Rashford.
I can't, bro.
I wouldn't mind Rashford.
Chat. We have to just chat. Chat.
Oh, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
Swear down.
couple of things. I don't think what you're seeing him at Man United now is the Rashford that we know. I think there's something gone on there, like, you know. I do believe, you know, when you look at it and go, oh, he's not doing this and he's not doing that. You could have called those sort of things at Havertz. I don't think that if he wants to come to Arsenal, he's going to be lazy or whatever. He's going to have to.
Rashford's older though, isn't it? He's 27. Havertz is young.
27, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
Havertz is young. He's still like you can mold him. Like Rashford's kind of.
Yeah, I get that. But I think he can play in 2 or 3 positions. He can play a lot across the top, the front three.
Yeah, he can.
He's got 20 goals in him, which we know that he has. He can finish on the counter attack, which we've seen at the Emirates. I think there's still a player there. I'm not saying that Arsenal should go for him, but like if he does come available, I could see Arsenal going down that route. I can. I think like Mikel's one of these managers that thinks, you know what, I can do it. Something's gone on at Man United. Something's gone on at Man United where he's not. It's not going for him. And the other thing is, you know, we know we can do it in the Premier League as well. So I wouldn't be against it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm 100% on board, but let's be honest. None of us were 100% on board, were we? With Havertz. With Havertz. And that's what happened there. So if Mikel went for him, like, you know, I would back it. I'm not saying that I would. I'm 50-50, but I do see a player in Rashford. I really do, but I don't know what's gone on at Man United.
Fight for United, man. That's what I'm saying. Like at United, your ambitions top 4 maybe, FA Cup. Like I think if you came to Arsenal, he'd go, I'm going for the title now. I need to pattern up, all right. And Mikel wouldn't sign a player that's not going to be on point. You don't sign players that have attitude issues like that or what work for the team. He's like a used BMW, right? You can get a brand new one, and it'll be expensive. But he's got the engine. He's got the V12 engine. If you just sort it out a little bit, that's grooming, bro. That's pulling away. And I feel like if you look about Arsenal lack, we need like pace and behind a player that can hit you on the counter attack, that can shoot from range. It's a good one, isn't it? Right? But BMW, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking it's a V12 engine. Just fix it up a little bit maintenance. But I'm telling you, it'll be a bargain because he won't be as expensive as he would have been last year. And like, if you're looking at who I'd ideally want, if I had if I had an unlimited budget, I'd get Leao. Who's the closest player to Leao? And that type of player he's tall, he's a wide forward, he's got pace, he can hit you in a long shot, he can dribble. Rashford. That's a profile that suits all those things that I need. So it depends on the price tag. I don't think we're going to get him because I think United don't want to sell him to Arsenal. And he signed a contract last year. He's gotten nearly 300 grand a week. But profile wise, I think he could bang on Mikel.
Rashford. My head, Babs, similar sentiments. He offers things that we don't have. That's what my head says that. But I have I have a history with Rashford, so I cannot entertain Rashford joining us and all. But he does that whole running in behind. We don't have someone that consistently get in behind kind of deal, and that's what Rashford does. But damn, I can't.
No. For me, it's a no. I
can't.
Nah. For me, I can't see him at Arsenal. He doesn't. He's not an Arsenal player. I don't see it. Like, he's got pace, and that's about it. Like, that's the only thing I can say. Like, yeah, cool. I just don't like his attitude, the way he's been moving. I think Arteta will see that as well. Like, man's arguing with the crowd.
Imagine him arguing with Troopz in the crowd.
Imagine arguing with me, bro. What? Are you dumb? Like, fucking run, blood. What do you mean, bro? Go.
But also, Troopz, just imagine it, right? Do you know how they had Van Persie? Like, one of ours took him and won a title. Imagine we took him over. Mancunian, born and bred, through their academy. That's their star boy. And he's holding the title at Arsenal. That is, like, that's revenge, man. But look, I don't think it happens. I think it'll be too expensive.
Eddie, Nketiah. Now, Mr. Zah. Mr. Zaza. Nketiah's brother, Nketiah's father, Nketiah's uncle, Nketiah's lawyer. In Emmy, or only for things I could Emmy. I could call
The
you
guy
blood that you blood. You understand? This is the first time I've said his name. Do you know what we call him here now? The other striker. Man, they even called I started calling him 14, yeah. And I said, yo, this you don't even deserve 14, blood.
That's
the other
Audrey's number.
striker, rude boy. You get me? But Zah, the defender.
Yeah, no.
Of
the guy that may be known, on the internet defending his ass. But let me tell you something about life, troops. A lot can happen and a lot can change in a year. I'm not gonna hound him out. I'm not gonna hound him out and all that. But straight talk, we have moved way past that, brother. You can see it through the progression of the last season. It started off as him. He was the first guy off the bench. He was the one coming in at 60, 65 minutes. We progressed on. He was pushed further back. Trossard was coming in earlier than him now, then Havertz and all. Then next thing you know, he's coming in 88th minute just because he trained hard. He trained hard that week kind of thing. So he's quality-wise, unfortunately, it's just not up to par for us now anymore. Arteta likes him because of his mentality, and he's probably good around the training ground and all that, but that's just not good enough anymore. So Nketiah is now a sell for me, but
a sell.
Yeah. We have moved past Eddie Nketiah. I mean, last season he was coming in and he was just walking around.
Wow.
Aimlessly. No, we got to be. That's me being fair. Am I going to hound him out? No, but if you ask me my opinion on him, we have to move on from him. If we want to actually move forward, our backup striker needs to be coming in and impacting. And Eddie's a momentum guy. He's one of those guys that needs 5-6 starts to get going and all that. But we just don't have time competing against this Man City squad where if you lose one game, that might be the title gone. So Nketiah gone, and that's just.
Should we have sold him to Palace last year?
If that off, if that's the thing, man, is that because that was summer. That was summer. At the time, no. Because of on the back of last season, he was pretty impactful. He came in, I take you back to the United games like that. He came in and had that little run after, I think it was like the Christmas period, or where he came in and he was actually useful. And at that stage, we outperformed where we were that season. Our goals that season were not to be competing with Man City. It just so happened that we outperformed, and yeah, you keep him around for that year. But now that we're there, we're in the Champions League, the money's in, and people are feeling confident and all. This season, it was not great. So sell.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, listen, I've got a lot of time for Eddie. You know what I mean? He's done well for what the talent he's got to play for Arsenal and everything like that. But we're not chasing Europa League now. We're not chasing top four. We're chasing the title, and for the title, you need bigger and better. It's harsh, but that's football.
He's meant to be our Julian Alvarez, isn't it? But he's not. So I want someone like Julian Alvarez off the bench. I want someone that, if he's coming off the bench, the Rivals fans are like, he's coming off the bench. I'm a bit scared of that. Whereas Nketiah doesn't do that. I think a lot of Arsenal fans are like, he's coming off the bench. He might score, but he probably won't. I mean, when's the last time he scored off the bench? I don't think he scored. I don't think he scores.
I don't think he has. He only scores when he starts. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's got the hattie against Sheffield United. He had the goal against Forest at the start of the season. He was important in the first half, I'd say. He helped us stay afloat at times. But Mikel don't trust him anymore. He don't play him at all towards the end of the season. So I want someone off the bench that people go, okay, that's gonna scare me. Eddie don't give that. Let him go elsewhere. Make some nice P from him as well, because he's got a bit of a contract. Take 14. Imagine giving that to an Isak as well. Like, yeah, I think it makes the most sense to sell him.
I don't understand why we gave him the new contract after scoring 2 goals at Chelsea. 1 goal which was put on a fucking plate for him that fucking I could have scored. You get me? It's not like he had to flip him Brock 2 man and do nothing. He didn't do fuck all blood. You understand? I don't think he was good enough for Arsenal Football Club to get us in the Europa League, to get us in the top 4, because we got top 4. You understand? You can't fucking do that, blood. You get me? I think it was a disgrace to Thierry Henry to give him the number 14 shirt. I think he's got a lot of balls, to demand the 14 shirt. I think it's an absolute disgrace. We gave him £100,000 a week. I think it's a disgrace. We gave him a 5-year deal. And whoever gave him that contract should fucking do the chicken run, mate. Yeah? You should do the chicken run, mate. Big man thing, because it was just pure stupidness. It was more emotional. There was no thought process behind it. There was no sense put into it. It was pure emotion. You understand? Oh, he's one of our own. Eddie, he can be our Harry Kane. Nah, blood. He's more like fucking David Blaine, mate. You understand? So you get me? No, I'm not gonna hound him out. I've wanted him out for time, blood. You understand? He's lucky man's even saying his name. But for me, the only way I sell Smith Rowe is if that Ipswich thing is true, where they say they want Eddie and Smith Rowe. Then Emil's got to take the hit in it and go in the package. Pause. You understand? Kind of like how the Petit, you'll remember this, Gaffer. The Petit and Overmars deal. It was a double deal. Yeah. Petit didn't want to go. Overmars wanted to go. Petit had to take the hit, blood. You understand? We have to kind of do the same thing in that regard. You get me? So Eddie and Nketiah, congratulations for robbing my club of a couple millions. You get me? And yeah, you can bounce, bro. You understand? The loanees. You lot already said that you'd sell Tierney, innit? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Davaj?
It's gone.
It can't be sold fast enough. Cannot be sold fast enough. And that's where our issue is. That's the problem with guys like Eddie, guys like Tavaj. They're on these wages that just don't justify their performances, and it's going to be impossible to sell him. That's why he's coming back, because of his freaking wages. If this guy wasn't on crazy wages for his actual ability, he would have been gone.
Who's been giving out these deals?
It's insane. We've been doing it for years. We did it with the likes of like Bentner. Bentner was on like £80,000 a week during those times. That's insane.
Because some of the wages.
What's Tavares on though? I don't think it's like crazy amounts.
Yeah, but I mean, Forrest won't even want to pick him up
because you don't start for them. I think
he couldn't even get in the first team, bro. Even Lokonga.
Yeah,
Lokonga
he's the team that plays 5 at the back, proper. Yeah. No, Lokonga was starting, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Lokonga was doing that.
Lokonga back into the season.
They gave him a chant, bruv. They gave him an Osambi Lokonga chant.
Lokonga went in when flipping couple man got injured. When they were fit and they started to like climb the table a little bit. I thought he was thriving.
He was back into the season, right? When Barkley were doing.
He done okay to me.
Well.
I think Sambi was alright, Sambi did alright, but now Tavares can go. He can go, and I hope the best for him and his dogs as well.
His dogs as well.
I'm trying to find how much he's on.
He's probably on 50, 40, I'd say. I don't think it's a massive amount.
30K.
Yeah, I don't think it's a major amount. I think that's what.
And for his ability, that's a lot.
Yeah, but that's a base at Arsenal, I guess, isn't it? You're not gonna give him 5K a week. Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? So the guys that are gonna afford that kind of level, that kind of wages for that kind of player, don't need a shit player like, I can't swear because my dad's right there. A shit player like Tavaj. Man City can waste money. It's going to be the smaller clubs that don't have that money to waste that have to buy Tavaj, and he's not going to take a pay.
He done okay at Marseille.
His first season wasn't that bad.
French league, though, innit, Gaffer?
Yeah. So sell him back there then.
He needs to go Atalanta, man. Wing backs.
He's go back to
send his Clark back there, blood. Oh my days!
I think he had a fight with someone there as well. No, he had a fight with the manager.
Yeah, he's fiery, apparently.
No. Not good enough.
Get him into Misfits.
It's been horrible now. All the lonely players are not good enough.
No, because I'm looking at them, yeah.
The
only one that's good enough is Tierney. You got that Okonkwo, the goalkeeper, Tavaj, Marquinhos.
He's gone already, I think.
Yeah, Marquinhos.
We make some decent bread, because even Bira did pretty well for Sturm Graz.
I haven't
He won
seen
the
enough
title,
of
I think. Yeah, but guess
None of them. Even Patino, I think, is a decent player, but he's not going to get in and do
injuries.
make Arsenal any better. Like, I mean, you've got to be ruthless, and that's what we've got to be now. I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean. So, all the ones that are on loan, you know, thanks for what you've done, and you know, sometimes it's just you need a little bit of luck. You know, Charlie Patino is one of those that probably needed to play for Arsenal 2 or 3 years ago, and he might have got in there, but unfortunately, time wasn't on his side. And yeah, it's just sad, but that's you know. At the end of the day, football's a ruthless game, and if you know you're going to be selling the likes of Smith Rowe and Ramsdale, all of them have got to go as well, in my opinion.
I agree.
Does Arteta stay? Just gotta ask.
Of course.
Yep.
He's going to get a new deal anyways.
For me, absolutely.
So
apparently they're talking already.
The question I want to ask is: if we don't win a trophy next year, does he stay? Would you still keep him 5 years, no trophy?
Would you? Troopz, I'll give you this. Say if next year we got 4th and won a Carabao Cup, does he deserve a new contract?
4th in the Carabao.
Yeah, or an FA Cup, like one of the cup competitions.
4th in
my point is,
4th in the FA Cup. 4th in the FA Cup's just going back to Wenger days. That's what we kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I want a trophy, but like for me, I want to go with City again. I think that's the main thing. You know, obviously in the ideal world, you win the FA Cup or a Carabao Cup and you get second, but that never happens. Rarely happens, at least. So yeah, like I want to see him take the cup competitions more important, but I don't put as much value in that than I do when you're fighting with City. If we're not fighting with City, then yeah, go do United's things and go.
Yeah, it's all in context. I agree with Bhavs. It's all in context. If Arsenal come 8th next season and win the FA Cup, everybody's going to say, that's all the ones that say, no, he's got to win a trophy. They're going to turn around and go, oh, yeah, keep Arteta. Of course they're not. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the context of what it is. You know, he needs to win a trophy. We know that, like, you know, but if he does win one, it's going to be one of the main ones. That's how it's going to be. So he stays. And, you know what I mean? Listen, we've just had an unbelievable season. We've gone toe-to-toe with a team that's, you know, an unbelievable feel like, you know, and then at the end of the day, they didn't have one. Why couldn't they have had that one bad performance in the league? Why did they have
no, they had it though against Forest and fucking Chris Wood.
It could have happened.
Bro, that game he should have scored like.
That's the issue. A lot of man they're scared of Man City, the name, so they'll have good performances against them, but they'll be shit themselves in front of goal. Like Son against City, if that's against Arsenal, he scores. But against City, I might miss this one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that result in the FA Cup might do Arsenal a world of good. You know what I mean? Like because people will look at that and go, do you know what? They're not as unbeatable as everybody makes out to be. Like they were poor in that FA Cup. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not criticising Man United for that. Man United made them look poor. So if Man United, which is one of the worst Man United teams I've seen in the Premier League era, if it probably was the worst, do that to them, so can other teams.
Yeah, I agree.
Big up Randy Viper. He says, I bow down to the gaffer.
To the gaffer.
Pause on that one, blood, because you're a man, Randy. You understand? Big up Rex. He says, this lineup, fire. Big up you guys. Come on, big up your damn self, my brother. Big up Ariane. He says, WrestleMania main event of YouTube podcast is here live. Come on, my bro. You understand? Once in a lifetime settings, blood. What's wrong with them? Big up AFC Max. He says, big up Zaza, Troopz, Lee, and Bhavs. All amazing. Come on, my bro. Appreciate the support, fam. Big up Zach. He says, how much is the club paying you, Bhavs?
30K a week. Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to take Eddie's contracts next.
Hey, you see the Troopz TV chat, yeah? The chat,
give it to me, bro. Give it to me. I need. Do you know what I mean?
Better get the Eddie contract.
Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
Big up LJ Brown. He said Bhavs is such a troll with that English super car.
Yo, listen. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be shameless out here, man. If I got teams that are sat in 8th that have had this worst season ever, telling me you had a better year than Arsenal, why can't I be shameless as well? So I'm trying. I only give back what I get. Do you know what I mean? I will only troll when I get trolled myself. I don't give a shit about the rest of the clubs. I can go 3 days, like a year without Twitter. But when I see my club getting chat shit about with teams that are fighting 6th and 8th and got Conference League next year and they got the Europa League anthem playing, I'm gonna fight back.
Real talk, that man. You get me? You have to get jabs to go to them countries, blood. You understand? Big up Kurt Chaos, my G. He says, apparently we will listen to offers for Partey, but he wants to stay. Still get Bruno, though. I think the stain is more the West Ham Fulham game. Hashtag day one. Come on, my brother.
Newcastle have FFP problems, right?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
got
kind of went
European
under
football
the
as well.
carpet.
No, they need to sell someone.
I
They need to sell
think they have
someone.
FFP problems. I saw
Yeah,
that.
they ain't got no European football now, have they?
Yeah,
As well.
they got
So,
kicked
Yeah,
out of
that's
Europe as
extra.
well.
That extra revenue you need to get rid of the
So-
problems. They don't have it.
Yeah. So no, that's it.
We got J1. He says, "Nah, you're nuts, bro."
I think he's the best player.
Okay. Yep.
What was his name, Troopz?
I don't know, bro. You understand? I don't know, blood. This is mad thing, but big up my man, though, innit? Big up Kurt Chaos again. He said, "Get Rams to do some training in the AFL, then he will be better in the air." What is the AFL, blood? Zah, you know what that is?
That's Aussie rules. The Australian football.
See, I knew Zah would know, blood.
Aussie rules.
Big up Andy Q, my brother. He says, "Zah, welcome back, little man. Arteta don't want Rams and Tierney. I'm open to bring them in." Pause. Swap deal, Ball Day for Tierney and
Barcelona.
Nketiah for Rams deal. Yeah. And Andy Q's like he proper wants flipping Tierney, bro, and flipping Rams though. So what? You want to get rid of what's his name? Testegen, bro. I rate Testegen, bro. I can't lie. Big up Rido. He says Tierney is not injured as much as Zinni. Come on now. That's what I say as well. Like Tierney gets a lot of slack, but I think we actually check his record. It's not as mad as you lot think, you know. Big man think.
They're both
Tierney's ain't
just
that
as
bad.
bad.
Big up Andy Q again. He says Trey is stronger than Fabio on the ball. Facts, bro. Big man thing, bro. Trey will chop his Clark blood. Big up. What about your soul? He says problem is that players that need to go, either there is no market or they lost their value due to injuries and lack of playtime. So many outgoings need to happen if we want to recruit top quality. That is true. I think we have to get a couple big hitters, as you would say, like out before anything kind of rolls through the door.
That's all eyes on Edu, man. That's those fees. I'm looking at those fees. I've already seen that Man City Academy kid went for 20 mil. That's my benchmark. That is my benchmark that I'm going to be grading his performance on selling the players.
Big up KD. He says, big fan of the panel, but Vieira hasn't played 3 games together. People are too harsh. He has potential. We haven't given him a chance. Don't sell. I don't know, man. I think every time we've kind of seen him, you don't see nothing like, you get me? Like when you see other players, you're like, yo, why don't we see more of that player? I ain't really got that vibe with Fabio, apart from that Brentford game when he let off the banger. That was it, blood. Big up Rido again. He says, why are we wanting trash from our rivals? I think that's to do with
that's Rashford, right?
Rashford.
Big up Boxer Oranges. He says, Zardan, Zarnaldo, Zarteta. Good seeing you on the channel again. See, look, blood. Man got hella names for Zaza, blood. You get me? Big up KD. He says, don't go for Rashford. There are so many other gems we can go for. His wages is so high. Go for Kudos, Matoma. Don't want to touch him. Pause. Matoma's kind of fell off a cliff, blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kudos one. And that's why I remember last year, a couple of men were like, yo, we should go for Matoma. I said, nah, give him 1 more year and let's see what go on. It's like some people are kind of jumping the gun at the whole Solanke thing in January because we were so thirsty, pause, for a striker. For me, I think that you have to give him another year, blood, and that's when you make a move. You can't just go for a man of 1 year, blood, because it could just be a hot season, blood. Look at Michu. You get me? Look at Amir Zaki. We've seen it, blood. You understand?
Exactly.
We have fucking seen it, mate. You get me? Like them one-hit wonders, bro. You understand? What's her name was looking at that? Tyler, till she dropped the new tune with Skiddy Bang. Big up KD. It says Callum Wilson outscored Rashford in the last night. Rotted. No, but you know what? Callum Wilson actually has a good goal scoring record. I can't lie.
He's too old, man.
He's the bank 15 for Bournemouth.
Yeah, but his injuries are what cost him.
Old.
Yeah, but he's like 31, 32 now. What about your soul? He says, before signing big players, the real challenge will be outgoings, getting decent fee for the likes of Tierney, Eddie, Partey, Ramsdale, Vieira, and Marquinhos. When you name, like, look, when you look at Tierney, like Eddie, Partey, Ramsdale, it's kind of, you know what I mean? I think we could get decent money, blood. You get me? We can. We got Rido, real talk, blood. A disgrace to the 14. I totally agree, bro. You understand? Absolute disgrace, blood. Big up Gabrielle. Says, love to see my boys back again. Miss you, Zah. Big up Kurt Chaos. He says, I think I coined other strikers. This killer. Hey, what man hitting from Australia? You got that flipping man. I mean, them cricketers there, blood.
Not in the
Man
room
got
with
licked
the other
stump,
strike.
blood. You know, from the 6 line, man's hitting the stump. Mad thing. Big up LJ Brown again. He says, "Low Zah not in the room with the other striker."
The other striker.
Room, yeah. You left the room.
Nketiah's in the room.
You remember that, pussy old. Big up 40 side. He says, this might be wild, but I think João Felix at Arsenal could be special. I rate Felix still. That's a good one to end on. Would you not take Felix?
Depends on how much he's
yeah, exactly. That depends on the money.
Is he
I
still
got
a
one
Barca,
question
innit?
for you guys before we end.
Go on.
Felix?
Atletico,
Yeah, Atletico. He was on loan at Barca.
He went back?
Yeah, I think he's gone back.
Atletico. He's got a long. He set a contract before he went as well. I think.
So, because I've been out here, I haven't been online much and all that. I didn't quite see who you guys gave your Player of the Season awards and all that. Who do you guys think was Player of the Season for us and all?
For me,
Declan Rice for me.
Gabriel.
That was mine.
Gabriel.
Because the thing is, there's so many players you could give it to. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Give it to 4-5 man. They'll be like, yeah, nah, it makes sense. Why? That shows how far we come. Normally, it's just one player. Yeah, give it Saka.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, for me, Gabriel. I think Saliba's better than him, innit? But this season, Gabriel was. Yeah. I think he's matured this year. He's turned in. I think this year he became a man. You understand? He left that little boy stage. The bozo gene left his club because last year he was solid as a rock. Pause, and then this previous season he's kicked onto that level. You get me? Saliba kind of looked a bit. He looked a bit young at moments. You get me? A bit like, what's the word? Out of depth in certain situations. You get me? I think obviously Saliba's he's generational. There's no denying that fact. But I think this year, what Gabriel did, blood, I think that was that was amazing, bro. Because people were like hit and miss with him. So I think everyone now is a big fan of Gabriel, blood. Big up 40 side again. Oh, here it is. This dickhead. Big up Ray the Wallad. He says, big up the panel. Bavs, been a long time, bro. Hope you're good. Yo, Troopz, I'm telling you, Arsenal's title easily next season. I'm going to tell you again, bro. Stop calling me what gal are calling me. You are not a gal, yeah? You are so stuffed, blood. Yeah? You understand? Like, do you start hotting up your DMs again, bro? Man, we'll hot up your DMs live action, blood. You know, live blood clot action, bro. You understand? You think facts don't message me and tell me all this shit you're doing, all the simping that you're doing on Twitter, blood? Do you really think this, blood? Listen, you fucking fraud. Yeah? You absolute fraud. Where is it, blood? Yeah? Where is it, blood? Where is it, bro? Where is it? Look at this simp, bro. Chat, you'll know who that is. 1 minute. Chat, you lot will know, blood. Yeah? Look at this dickhead. Look at this dickhead, blood. Look at this dickhead. Look at this dickhead. Look at him, dickhead. In fact, keep sending me more, blood, because Back Again podcast, I'm going to cook his Clark, blood. I'm going to drop every receipt, bro. Big man ting. Big up AFC Max. He says 1, Saka, Rice, 2, Odegaard, 3, Gabriel, 4, 5, White. Yeah, I think Benny Blanco, he was cold this year.
He's up there. Yep.
Ray says Saliba, Rice, Odegaard are Arsenal's 3 best players by far, and it's not even close. All world class. Saliba is generational. That's probably the first smart thing you fucking said on YouTube, blood. You get me? But big up everyone, blood. You understand? Big up the chat, bro. You understand? Big up the super chatters. Big up the likers, blood. You get me? Appreciate you lot. You understand? Gaffer, Bhavs, Zah, my brothers, them. You get me? Keep up the great work. You understand? Man's over here supporting always, blood. You get me? Make sure you subscribe to Gaffer. Make sure you subscribe to Bhavs. Make sure you follow Zah on TikTok. You understand? I'll be back again tomorrow for another stream. This stream might be a bit what's the word? Fireworks. You get me? So yeah, you lot look out for this one, innit? You understand? But like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you lot tomorrow, blood.